where he serves as president and continues to defend religious liberties and parental rights. The Pacific Justice Institute has a network of approximately 1,000 volunteer affiliate attorneys and handles more cases on the West Coast than any organization of its kind. Brad has been a guest speaker on numerous radio and television programs, participates weekly in several radio talk shows, and has appeared on ABC's Good Morning America, The Today Show, CNN, Hannity, News Talk TV, MSNBC, I want to hear about that one, NBC News, NBC Dateline, and many times on The O'Reilly Factor. Brad's topic is America's challenges and where we go from here. Let's give a warm Silicon Valley welcome to Brad Dacus.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And okay, good. I just like to have the freedom. I don't know, I'm just sort of this freedom kind of guy. So, and anyway, how many of you at times in life have felt that you are not fully equipped? Ever had that feeling before? I know it's happened to me a number of times. Like, for example, this morning, I'm about to board the flight to fly down here, fly up here and speak, and I go to take my suit coat and I go to put it on, and I discover that it has pinstripes and my pants don't. And so that's like we don't feel we're fully equipped. It was about 13 years ago that it was interesting. I was the Western Regional Coordinator for an organization headquartered back east called Rutherford, defending religious freedom, parents' rights, and basic civil liberties. For 5 years, everything was going really smooth. And what happens in life when everything is really smooth and you're on cruise control and everything's finally stable? That's right. A big cow gets in the middle of the road, and you have to go left or right or have lots of hamburger meat. And that's what happened to me. The national office called me and said they were going to shut down the regional office. And so I said, sure. And then they said, well, we have a promotion for you. Why don't you head up our new public affairs office in Washington, D.C.? And so you'll be the media point man for all of our cases, all of our litigation. And I said, sure. And then I had insomnia. And I couldn't sleep. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where you're going to do something and you really don't think that you're supposed to do it. And I was miserable. I couldn't sleep, had insomnia. And so I thought, well, maybe I should pray about it, hello. So I did. And the first question that came to my mind was, Brad, what desires and passions are on your heart? Do you feel that God's put on your heart? And the answer was to make sure that people on the West Coast got the help that they needed. Because it was going to be, it's needed here, I believe, more than any place else in the country. And so the next question was, what am I going to choose to follow? Those passions and desires or my obsession with job security? And so I went ahead and with boldness and courage, I said, yes, I will rise to the challenge. I will follow the passions. I will, on several conditions. And had a few little conditions, like free office space, free computer system, keep me on the radio stations for free. Just a few requirements. We had to be in the black in 3 months, and I was never going to charge anyone for any services we provided. I thought it was very reasonable. And God's grace came through on every one of them. And that was 13 years ago. Now we have the Pacific Justice Institute. Last year alone, we had approximately 4,000 requests for assistance. Every one of them without charge. We have more case matters on the West Coast, as was mentioned, than any other organization of our kind, as far as the West Coast is concerned. We have 5 offices in California. And we're the only organization of our kind to have any office at all in the San Francisco Bay Area. We opened it in Oakland. And I'm pleased to announce we're really excited about that. Now mind you, when we usually have open an office, we have like a ribbon cutting ceremony and some press. And for this one, we just thought we'd play it pretty low cool. I don't know, I just thought I don't know, for safety reasons, I thought maybe better. But our Oakland office is keeping us very, very busy. Our chief counsel, Kevin Snyder himself, runs that office, and we have some really great team, and we're really excited about the future on that. And then we also work hard to make sure that everyone gets help, and so we don't just take on the high-profile cases that you may hear about in the news. We have some of those, and we'll talk about some of those. But our goal is to make sure that no one is left behind, no one is left on the side of the road. And we do that as a direct result of people, like I know a number of you who support our work, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's very much appreciated. Now, what are some of the challenges that we're facing here today, in America today? What are some of the challenges we're facing? Well, first let's talk about, I could be here all night. First let's talk about the workplace. Let's start with the workplace. There's lots of challenges in the workplace. But one of the ones that I think is important is when it comes to people working for the government and being fired because of their religious or political beliefs don't comport with the political. I know it's shocking to hear that, isn't it? That such a thing could happen. But no, reality is most of our discrimination cases against people of faith or because of conservative politics is not with private employers. It's the government. The government is the most discriminatory employer out there. And so we keep our eye on every quadrant. Let me just give you an example. One was a teacher, and this teacher is working with disabled children in Los Angeles and special needs kids and elementary kids, and he really loves these kids, works with them. And this LA Unified School District says, no, you've got to put some political stuff in your room. Every room has to have a rainbow banner, and it has to have a number of things. And he said every teacher had to wear a red t-shirt to support the Day of Silence. Now, many of you may have different perspectives on these different social issues. I understand that. But when you violate an individual, and basically you say you have to choose between putting bread and butter on your table or signing on with the state or this agenda, that's, to me, I know it just sounds like the Soviet Union, the former Soviet Union, doesn't it? I just, their red scarf routine, or, I mean, just, so we at Pacific Justice Institute, we don't get angry. We just sue. And so, and actually, in all fairness to our attorneys, over 90% of the case matters we take on, we get resolved without filing a lawsuit. Just a strong letter articulating the law, several pages, does the job. And that saves taxpayers lots of money. Unlike the ACLU, we don't want to waste government spending, so we actually save lots of taxpayer dollars by being upfront and getting things resolved. But this is the one case we weren't able to. And so we represented him, and we ended up getting a nice settlement, so that hopefully the LA Unified School District has learned something from what they're attempting to do. But it's continually holding him in check, every case, every single time, not letting up once. That is how we are successful, I believe, in the long run. Not just a few high-powered cases. Those are great, but it's in the troops, it's in every trench, every hill, not letting up once. And I think that's the right policy, it's the right perspective to take. Another example in the workplace we deal with is with unions. We love to defend union workers. Okay, the rest of the story. I can tell I'm not getting some people about to punch me on that one. We defend union workers' rights to no longer pay any union dues to their unions. And I'd like to tell you that we need to set, some case precedent, and we need some big cases to really turn things around. The truth is we don't. We already have a case law. It's more than 3 decades old. And under Title VII, Section 701J, it says that employers, including unions, have to reasonably accommodate the sincerely held religious beliefs and objections of their employees. And that includes union workers who have strong moral convictions against what their union stands for, or against the policies or politics their union supports. And so we defend these people, and all their union dues can be shifted. Instead of the union, all of it can go to a charity that's in agreement with the convictions or faith of the union worker. And that's what it is. I'm not just a political part. I mean all of it, every penny of it. Everyone asks me the same question afterwards. Now, Brad, you mean just no, all of it. Okay, so you say it all of it. And we do it all without charge. And we will work with you. If any of you are in that situation, or you know of someone, have contact us. And we work with them start to finish. And the unions, we've gone ahead with the CTA, the CSEA, even the Teamsters. I get a kick out of this. Once my dad said, he said, son,